were Kennedy's initial political ambitions? You mentioned that he kind of realized that perhaps he wasn't the politician type, but did he not have political ambitions himself before he moved that all upon his eldest son and other children?
Yes, I write about it. It's rather vague in a lot of ways, and yet it isn't. I think Joe decided, well, if I'm going to create a dynasty of Kennedys, gee, there has to be a first one. Why isn't it me? And as early as 1937, he is working with Arthur Kropp of the New York Times, who was Jewish, by the way, and in his pay, $25,000 a year. I don't think the New York Times ever knew that he was in the pay of Joe Kennedy. As I would imagine they did not know, because he wouldn't have been the Washington bureau chief if they had known. So they were working towards creating an image of Joe as the man who understood the international situation. And his closeness to the Vatican / Italy, and Italy's increased closeness to Hitler showed that he was quite a good man for the job. But within 2 weeks of his arriving, it was 2 weeks of his arriving in England, on March 1st, 1938, there was the Anschluss. And any street cred that he may have had with people who backed him in America became quite questionable at that point, because he said, let Hitler take all of Europe. We don't care, okay? And the reports were coming through very clearly, as with Ukraine today, what was going on. And Kennedy did not understand or see in any way that he had to think as a human being rather than somebody who could put America back up on the financial pedestal. So yes, he did think of himself as president, but it never amounted to anything.